Okay, so for the rest of the week, we're going to have a lot of stuff going on. So today in the gym, Riley's dodgeball, spooktacular fun. There's going to be points involved. It'll be the seniors, the 9th and the 8th graders versus the juniors and the 10th graders. So, yeah.
And then tomorrow is going to be the pumpkin carving, so all of you guys should be there.
It's going to be 10 points for each winner, so creative and spooky, and the teachers are going to be losing tomorrow, I guess. But you're invited to come out. I know Mr. Hannah is going to be participating. Okay.
Friday is going to be dress-up day. We're going to have a whole costume competition, so the details are...
So 3 winners, so group, funny, and most creative. And instead of class points, you'll be getting treats, a lot of candy.
Yeah. All right.
With a show of your fingers in the air, how many cans do you think that the average elementary school student brings into school for a food drive? 10. I'm seeing lots of 4s and 5s. I see some 10s and 2s. Okay. I don't know what the answer is. How many cans do you think the average high school student brings in? So, if each person brings in 2 cans, how many is that? It's a lot. If each of you brings in a whole bag of cans, how many cans is that? A lot, okay? So, as a high school student, you guys are capable of doing an amazing thing for the food drive. You can take bags with a letter on them to your neighbors when you go trick-or-treating and say, next Saturday, if this bag is sitting in front of your door full of food, I'll come by and pick it up. You could each have 10 bags, conceivably, full of food for the food bank. So, by room 9, by the service board, there's a stack of bags with letters attached. And there's a list, some instructions for kind of how to do this. Take one of the instructions and take as many bags as you think you'll use. If you'll do 2, great. If you'll do 10, fantastic. If you want, there's also a stack just of letters. So if you don't want to carry a bunch of bags when you're trick-or-treating, you can just take letters and leave them and let people show up with their own bag on their porch. So that's outside by room 9. We'll be collecting food during November for the food bank. That's it.
Congratulations to the fall sports programs. You're winding up soon. We'll be starting winter sports programs next week. If any of you are interested in applying for an independent health and fitness, find me outside after this, and I will hand you a form to apply with. Thank you.
We've got the Royals right where we want them, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, some of you may have noticed that we've got a little more bandwidth than we used to. Have you guys noticed that? Yeah. In fact, by some measures, we've got 6 times the amount of bandwidth. If you enjoy that, please thank Mr. Bird. He was instrumental in making that happen. You see him up in the... because he's working away at keeping that moving. But if you see him, thank him. So you guys, with that new bandwidth, you should be able to work more efficiently on your own devices around most, or if not all of the campus. So keep that going. We also have the computer lab in the library upstairs with those iMacs available for you throughout the school day. The computer lab in Day Hall is going to be reserved for classroom use, and so it's not for you guys to hang out during lunch or just a random hangout spot. But if you do need to use that room for class, and I'm thinking mostly that's going to be digital art classes, get a note from your teacher, and your teacher can unlock that door for you for a given period of time. But that place is reserved strictly for classroom use with permission from a teacher. Thank you.
I have heard that quitters never win. Well, they actually can. In fact, quitting can be quite beneficial. Although, I'm only talking about a certain kind of quitting, where I'm not stopping because something is difficult, but because continuing on will do me more damage than good. If I'm going to hurt myself physically or cause myself psychological damage, I'm not going to sacrifice myself for someone else's expectations. This philosophy was driven home in 2012 during a dirt bike enduro at Hollister Hills. For those of you who don't know what an enduro is, it's a long course that you complete while trying to hit certain checkpoints at the right minutes. Points are deducted if you are too early or too late. This one was open to all ages with different age groups, mine being 10 to 12 girls. It was one 20-mile loop repeated 3 times with a short break in between each one. I was familiar with the trails, so after the first loop I was naturally tired after having gone non-stop at what I thought to be a fast pace. I currently had no thoughts of calling it, determined to complete the second loop as planned. What I did not realize was that the second loop was timed to be almost twice as fast as the first. I was able to keep up, but I felt uncomfortable and knew that I was not riding smoothly. Unaccustomed to this pace, my muscles began hurting and I became tense. Drifting around a sharp turn and into a drop, I suddenly became rigid, and so when I felt my bike turning the wrong way, I grabbed a handful of front brake and spent a moment in the air as I had gone over the handlebars. After slamming into the ground, I picked my bike up and finished the loop, but back at the truck I decided that I needed to stop. Part of me was saying that this was right, as the third loop would be even faster, and although I might be able to finish, it would be miserable and I might get hurt from pushing myself too far. Yet another part of me felt frustrated, because I knew that I had decided to quit, and it had been drilled into my head by family, school, and the general media that one needs to always push on. Phrases such as never give up, persevere, and suck it up are ones that I had heard frequently. So as I sat in the truck waiting and watching others leave for the final loop, I felt angry at myself for not finishing, and felt that I had wasted my time even coming to the event. A couple weeks later, I received a package in the mail. I was shocked to find that it was a trophy for first place in my class for that enduro. I did not understand, and soon learned that out of all the girls in my class, I had been the last one to quit. Looking back on that day, I'm glad that I stopped. Determination is important, but quitting is equally key. Persistence isn't everything, and a sense of determination just for the sake of finishing can stretch me too far and be harmful. I need to consider if an outcome is worth it, and if it's not, then I can trust myself to stop and can be just as proud as I would have been if I had finished.
Superman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, they were all genetic freaks. So, if you want to be a part of the Justice League, you should play basketball.
So basketball practices start next Thursday. Unless you have a commitment to a sport already, then you start on a Friday. And girls basketball starts Monday, November the 10th. So thank you guys very much. Come play.
Okay, so do you guys know about anything about history? Science, government, mythology, English, biology, geography, anything in general? Well, Or nothing at all, I guess. So I'm starting up a York Quiz Bowl team because I think York would be super awesome for that. And it covers pretty much anything. If you know anything about something, like what phalanges are, to what kind of lungs spiders have, which was a question, come join the York Quiz Bowl team. It's going to be really fun. It's really great. If you don't know what Quiz Bowl is, basically it's a trivia competition with teams. It's sort of like Family Feud and Jeopardy mixed up, except it's nothing like Family Feud and Jeopardy mixed up. Our first meeting is going to be next E-Day on Friday in room 3. Sensei is our teacher. Please join. It's going to be really cool, and I can't wait to get it started, so I hope to see you all there. Thanks.
All right, we have a chance. Same meeting this Friday. So we're going to be debating about Ebola. Please show up. If you have a chance, please read up, do some research. See you guys this Friday. Thank you.
We have a field hockey game tomorrow on the upper field.
At 3:30 against Notre Dame, so everyone should come out and support us. Also, there is a Key Club meeting tomorrow during lunch in room 4, so everyone please be there.
And there's a Q&A meeting tomorrow during lunch in room 3. And everybody's welcome. We're going to play a game, so even if you haven't come before, you should come.
Alright, so Quinn, what month is coming up?
December.
Ben.
December?
November is the next month.
I said November.
You said December.
No, he said November.
Okay, well, what's special about November? So, typically for the male species, November is a special time of year because the No Shave November. And so what this is, it's actually a pretty cool cause. It's about raising awareness about what prostate cancer is and why it's such a big issue. So, No Shave November is coming up. We expect all you males to participate. Females can participate too because this is York and we're all inclusive. So, best, don't shave.
Alright, in Bioside, just remember to be at the basketball courts next period and go to class.